So yesterday, Stormy Daniels got back on the stand at Trump's hush money trial and was grilled in a cross-examination by Trump's attorneys. But listen to this. Our own little Sunny Hostin was in the courtroom yesterday.
What would Judge Sunny do?
Oh, he would be, he wouldn't be in the courtroom. He would be in jail and he would be listening to his trial there.
Wow.
Going forward, the convicted felon box on employment applications better be taken off, because if you can be the president of the United States, then you should not be prevented from employment in this country. We need to move on from January 6th. I say no. You don't move on, because January 6th was an atrocity. It was one of the worst moments in American history.
The View co-host Sunny Hostin's husband, Emmanuel Hostin, has been accused of federal insurance fraud.
Welcome back to Boney's View. It's Ella here, bringing you another episode of Tales with a Twist. This is episode 2, and today's story? Oh, it's a juicy one. It's got irony, drama, and a plot twist so big it might just need its own orthopedic surgeon. Buckle up, folks. And today's story? Well, we're calling it the $450 million insurance oops, a tale of deception, corruption, and scandal that hits closer to home than you'd ever imagine. Today's tale is about none other than Sunny Hostin, the fiery co-host of The View. You know Sunny, lawyer, journalist, and a woman who has never held back when it comes to her feelings about former President Trump. From calling him a convicted criminal to her eyebrow-raising claim that January 6th was comparable to the Holocaust, Sunny has made her stance crystal clear. But here's where it gets good. While Sunny has been out there wielding the gavel of judgment, her own household has been hit with, wait for it, a federal RICO lawsuit. Yes, you heard that right. Her husband, Dr. Emmanuel Manny Hostin, an orthopedic surgeon, is among nearly 200 defendants accused of participating in one of the largest insurance fraud schemes in New York history. Oh, the irony. Let's dive into the details, shall we? Dr. Hostin, or as we might now call him, Dr. Kickbacks, is being accused of receiving illegal payments for surgeries and fraudulent medical services. According to the lawsuit filed on December 17th, he allegedly performed unnecessary arthroscopic surgeries and then billed an insurance company for taxi and rideshare drivers, all while cashing in on kickbacks disguised as dividends. Now, his attorney has called this a scattershot, meritless lawsuit by a near-bankrupt insurance carrier. And while we all love a good legal rebuttal, the allegations paint a different picture. They claim Dr. Hostin received payments for referring patients to a surgery center. Patients involved in low-impact car accidents who, according to the lawsuit, didn't need surgery but got it anyway. Can you imagine? A fender bender leading straight to the operating room? So here's the deal. Dr. Hostin, 54, is the proud owner of Hostin Orthopedics, conveniently located on the 8th floor of a building near Grand Central Terminal. It sounds classy, right? Unless, of course, you factor in the crimes he's being accused of, and suddenly it sounds less like a prestigious practice and more like the plot of a true crime documentary. Hostin Orthopedics, where scandals meet surgery. Thanks to New York State's no-fault law, insurers have to pay out up to $50,000 for medical expenses if someone's hurt in a car accident. But that's apparently like waving a red flag in front of a bull, because it seems like a green light for doctors with ill intent to overdiagnose, overtreat, and, wait for it, overbill. Cha-ching.
The View co-host Sunny Hostin's husband, Emmanuel Hostin, has been accused of federal insurance fraud. According to a new lawsuit obtained by Page Six, the orthopedic surgeon was one of 200 defendants named in one of the biggest racketeer influenced and corrupt organization cases ever filed in New York. Emmanuel was accused of federal insurance fraud and, quote, getting kickbacks by performing surgery and billing a company that insured taxi companies and Uber and Lyft drivers.
American Transit has had enough. They're calling this rampant insurance fraud a public menace that's destabilizing the livery insurance market. Yep, it's a whole mess. And of course, taxi and rideshare drivers are now coughing up to $200,000, 4 times what private drivers have to pay, because the no-fault law makes them easy targets. Now, here's the kicker. Hostin allegedly received kickbacks through Empire State Ambulatory Surgery Center in exchange for feeding them a steady stream of patients. Can you imagine? Dr. Manny apparently believes soft tissue injuries should be treated with full-blown arthroscopic surgery, just in case the conservatively healing tissues feel left out. Oh, and let's not forget his involvement in low-impact collisions that somehow needed serious surgical intervention. Sunny, remember when you and your View cohorts were practically throwing a parade over Trump's many indictments?
We feel good. Begging for applause.
I said he would be held criminally responsible because no one is above the law. He would be at the very least charged. He not only has the New York case, he has the Georgia case, he has the Department of Justice cases. There are 2 or 3 of them there. I mean, you can't commit so many crimes and think that you are above the law, even if you are the president. It's just how it works.
So it really is a celebration of the law.
It's a celebration of the law and how it applies to all of us.
Oh, Sunny, that line aged like milk on a hot day. I wonder if you still hold that sentiment. Correct me if I'm wrong. So tell us, does the law also apply to your husband? Or is that clause reserved for everyone else? This is starting to feel like one of those unexpected twists no one saw coming. But hey, don't change the channel yet. The drama's just getting started. William Natbunny, attorney for American Transit, tells DailyMail.com, no-fault fraud is a huge problem in New York. Well, yeah, Dr. Manny, you've just made it even bigger. And don't worry, American Transit filed the lawsuit to do their part to fight the fraud. But Stephen Harvinist, a lawyer who has represented defendants in similar cases, told Law.com that the lawsuit looks like a desperate Hail Mary by American Transit and claims it's just a tactic to squeeze smaller practices into settling. Let's rewind to some of Sunny's greatest hits. Remember when she said that facilities asking about felony convictions should drop that requirement because Trump, a so-called convicted criminal, got to run for office?
Going forward, the convicted felon box on employment applications better be taken off, because if you can be the president of the United States, then you should not be prevented from employment in this country.
Or when she boldly declared that January 6th was comparable to the Holocaust.
January 6th was an atrocity. It was one of the worst moments in American history. And when you think about the worst moments in American history, like World War II, things that happened, like the Holocaust, chattel slavery, we need to never forget.
Strong words, Sunny. Sunny Hostin didn't just compare January 6th to the Holocaust. Oh no, she went a step further, equating the Proud Boys to Hamas.
You want to say something?
No, I look at this from a legal perspective, and I think that we all know that Hamas has been designated a terror organization, just like many other terror organizations have had this designation, like the Proud Boys here in the United States.
And when it comes to Trump, Sunny didn't hold back. She boldly declared that if she were the judge, Trump would already be in jail for contempt of court. No hesitation, no deliberation.
I do think defying a contempt, a gag order 10 times is just unheard of.
What would Judge Sunny do?
Oh, he would be, he wouldn't be in the courtroom. He would be in jail and he would be listening to his trial there.
Wow.
For me, yes.
You could see Trump deranged Don basking in every second of that moment like it was his birthday cake, served with an extra slice of Sunny's courtroom fantasy.
A very special moment, right? A friend is a gift all their own, right? Someone who commits in heart and mind. Well, my friend,
Who are you
D.
talking
Lemon,
about?
has a birthday today.
27 again.
And it has to be said, you are looking nifty at 60, I have to say.
Am I wrong? But wait, there's more. Sunny didn't just criticize from afar. She proudly attended Trump's hush money trial.
So yesterday, Stormy Daniels got back on the stand at Trump's hush money trial and was grilled in a cross-examination by Trump's attorneys. But listen to this. Our own little Sunny Hostin was in the courtroom yesterday.
Yes.
So my first question is, what shade of orange is his face?
I have to tell you,
Would it be like more of a tangerine or a burnt sienna? Give us some specifics.
It's a burnt sienna. I have never seen him in person. I didn't realize he was that orange.
And when the conviction came in, she celebrated like it was New Year's Eve, calling it a victory for New York.
Yeah.
Where were you? I was at my daughter's high school graduation.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I didn't feel somber. I felt like the Knicks won the tournament. I felt like America won.
Yep.
I felt like New York won. I felt like the Manhattan DA's office won. I felt like I won.
The irony, That same New York judicial system is now bringing a federal RICO lawsuit against her husband.
According to the documents, he knowingly provided fraudulent medical and other healthcare services, including arthroscopic surgeries. The insurance firm, American Transit, was then billed in exchange for kickbacks and other compensation, which were disguised as dividends or other cash distributions. Emanuel denied the allegations via a statement through his lawyer, telling Daily Mail that his client, quote, denies each and every allegation and that the lawsuit is a blanket scattershot meritless lawsuit by a near bankrupt insurance carrier.
A near bankrupt insurance company? Well, with doctors like Manny around, it's no wonder. But hey, maybe an orthopedic surgery on American Transit by Dr. Manny could save it from total bankruptcy. No pun intended, or maybe a little bit. While Sunny was busy playing moral judge on national TV, she and her husband were allegedly funding their luxurious New York lifestyle through some rather creative, okay, let's just call it what it is, bogus insurance claims. During the infamous murder debacle of the United CEO, Sunny took a moment on The View to lament the plight of doctors who, like her husband, just want to do good but are thwarted by those big, bad insurance companies.
Wait, hold on. Let Sunny get in here.
I I agree with mostly everything that's been said. We know that, only about 31% of Americans trust our healthcare system. We have a terrible healthcare system. And, doctors suffer because of big corporations as well. Doctors that want to do good, like my husband, operates on someone even though they don't have insurance and then has to sue health insurance companies to get paid for the work that he's been trained his whole life to do.
Doing good, huh? Apparently, in Sunny's world, that means whisking people into the operating room for procedures they probably didn't need. Maybe her husband figured he was staging his own personal rebellion against the insurance giants, kind of like Luigi Mangione, but with a scalpel instead of a vendetta. It's like Sunny was pitching a Hollywood thriller. The surgeon's revenge, fighting the system one bogus claim at a time. You can't make this stuff up. Talk about a plot twist worthy of daytime TV. Speaking of their lavish lifestyle, Sunny has been anything but modest. On an episode of The View, she openly bragged about her extravagant shopping sprees and how she fibs to her husband just to avoid being judged.
I don't need Manny to judge me on my purchases. And
On your what?
on my purchases.
So you sneak by and then
So what
say,
I
this
do
has been
is-
here the whole time. I don't know where you've been.
I do that. He says, is that new? No. I do that one. I also take shoes out of boxes,
It's your money.
put them in my bag,
It's
and
your
bring them
money,
upstairs.
Sonny.
It's the judgment I don't want.
Yeah.
It's the judgment. I don't like being judged.
Okay.
I don't enjoy it.
At the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater opening night gala in 2022, she gushed about her husband Manny, calling him a very funny man. Well, with an endless flow of cash, allowing a woman to shop and lie without consequence, even the driest sense of humor could suddenly sparkle. And yet, somehow, Sunny managed to condemn Condoleezza Rice for allegedly abandoning her moral compass just because Rice suggested the nation should move on from January 6.
I think we need to find moral clarity, in this country. And I just remember after January 6th, you had someone like Mitch McConnell placing the blame on January 6th where it belonged, squarely on Donald Trump's shoulders. And then you started seeing people backtrack that and losing their moral center. You had Condoleezza Rice, I believe, on this very show saying, we need to move on from January 6th. I say no.
Listen, Sunny, we hear you loud and clear. We're not moving on from your husband's insurance fraud case. Nope. Nada. Nah. We're sticking with it forever and always. Now, in light of this scandal, those statements hit a little differently, don't they? While she's been painting Trump as a symbol of corruption, her own husband has been hit with allegations that would make even the shadiest Wall Street banker blush. And Sunny's response so far? Silence. But hey, maybe she's drafting up a new memoir titled The $450 Million Oops. It could be a sequel to that ABC $16 million Oops, which, by the way, you should absolutely check out after this video. Of course, her husband is innocent until proven guilty, a courtesy that Sunny, her View co-hosts, and countless others never extended to Trump. But as Michelle Obama once said, albeit ironically, when they go low, we go high. So here's the real tea. While Sunny's calling Trump a convicted criminal on TV, her hubby might be trading scalpel swaps for courtroom drama. Stay tuned, folks. This saga is just getting started. And that's the twisty tale of the day, folks. What do you think? Is this poetic justice or just another case of life imitating irony? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And remember to check out our other stories, like the ABC $16 million Oops, as I mentioned earlier. Available now on Bonnie's View. Until next time, I'm Ella, and this has been Tales with a Twist. Stay sharp, stay curious, and stay twisted.
I love you like a drug.